Welcome to the Workshop Wednesday, where we're going to go through the perfect strategy to measure results using the ACT method. Welcome. My name is Julie Brody. I'm the Director of Measurement for MeasurementMarketing.io. Been building actionable dashboards for a really long time. Eventually became a measurement marketer and started teaching measurement marketing, and still a lead account manager for all of our dedicated measurement management clients. And so you've probably seen me back there in the courses and Ask an Instructor and the Winner Circle, all the different things back there. And so if you have questions, we'd love to hear from you. Our team is always, we always love a good puzzle to solve. So please reach out to us. We'd love to hear from you. Now, as we go through this workshop, please remember the one thing rule, where you don't try to grab everything we're throwing at you. Remember to grab one thing, take it and make it your own, and then come back and get something else another time. So let's get started with the perfect strategy to measure results using the ACT method. Remember this thing? This is what we call the measurement marketing framework. Now, if you don't know this or not as familiar, want a refresher, there's a course called Win the Measurement Marketing Framework for you to go over this back there in the academy. So what we're going to focus on today is the results, because you have to know your results before you continue on in the framework, so you can get to this fun, amazing thing of optimizing so you can reliably grow this revenue and profits. You cannot skip these things. You have to go and you actually have to understand your results. To reverse this row here, because we're in our build step, we're now going results, traffic, and story. And the secret sauce, if you will, of results is ACT, our ACT results method. And what ACT stands for is ask, consider, and transact. So let's actually look at example with a sales funnel. So this ACT method can be applied to content marketing, blogs, regular opt-in funnels, e-commerce, anything like that. We're just going to show it in its simplest form. So with ACT, your very first step is looking at how many users did you ask to look at your offer. And then the next one is considered. How many considered your offer? Then how many users transact or finish the offer? And why do you need this? Well, if you are able to look at your user journey, most of us are looking at this very final one, the transact. But maybe if you were able to see how many people started the journey, or ask is another way, how many did you ask to look at your offer, and you would have a conversion rate, which is this one right here. You know about that. But then what about if there's a step in between? Do you know if this step is working? By having your consider, you're able to know, is this step working? Same thing, by having your consider, you're able to know, is this step working? And that way you very quickly and easily know where to optimize. If something is not working, like this is conditionally formatted, if this is red, very quickly you would know, hey, your ask to consider conversion is not working the way it's expected to. So you would know exactly where to go. You wouldn't go start changing thing on your consider step to transact step, because that's not where the conversion is dropping. So that is why your ACT is so important to kind of think through it. So let's go ahead and take a look at the different ways you can have this. So we're here inside of our Lucid chart, and we have our ask, consider, transact columns, and we've already gone through a sales funnel example. And one quick note is we always encourage you to start out with the most basic thing. So that could be a page view. And then the next thing, like maybe you don't have measurement on your cart, but you're using a tool like Google Tag Manager, so you're able to use a click to the cart. So they're on the sales page and the intention is that they're clicking to go to the cart, so you can use that. So you don't always have to use a page view, and you can always eventually level up. So maybe it's not a page view of the sales page, but it's them on the page for 30 seconds, or their view a certain part of the page. So grow into complexity. Don't start out trying to do things crazy and amazing. Grow into those, see what's useful for you. And possibly, maybe if you have a longer journey, maybe you have more than one consider step. Maybe it's consider 1, consider 2, whatever it is that you might have. So just always grow into those complexity things, but we're going to keep it basic. So looking at an opt-in type user journey, we have an example here inside of our measurementmarketing.io site. And so this is just a toolbox membership. So for this one, perhaps this ask, where we're asking them to view the offer, is just simply a page view. But what could a consider be? A consider could be just reviewing the page for 5 seconds, 10 seconds, or something like that, because there's not much to the page. And as soon as they start filling out the form, and this is just two fields in here, so it's pretty simple to get through. And so this one, we're going to write a couple examples, 10 seconds on page, depending on how much of your setup you have or what kind of tech you're able to use with this. It could be starts filling out form. So I would choose one or other. Like usually the time is a little bit easier, but depending on what you are able to use, you might use something else. And then over here, it could be the thank you. I'm going to format this the same way. Thank you page. And so we have another thank you page where we're looking at here. Or if maybe once we fill this out, a little message popped up and maybe it would be an element visibility. And so this particular training is only going to go through the strategy. We'll go through the implementation another time, but just so you know, there's so many different options when you're kind of going through and thinking. So just keep it simple and then grow into that complex stuff. So here for e-commerce, it could be views product page. This one could be add to cart. You're getting the idea. It's like, okay, if I want to know if this product page is working, the thing that would probably tell me that is if they're adding to the cart. And then the thing that would tell me if this is working would be, oh, yes, if they actually purchase that particular product. Obviously, e-commerce is a little bit different, but you're able to go through and see if this user journey is working the way you are expecting it to. Now, blog content could be very simple. Again, keeping it super simple so we can get started is, let's say this one's also a page view of that particular blog. And then maybe you're doing something a little bit more complex where they're on the page for 30 seconds plus, let's say, 50% scroll. Like you want to know, are they engaging with the material? And then transact, which obviously they're not going to transact, give you something, but maybe this one could be gets to the bottom of the blog. Maybe there isn't any sort of call to action for them to do at the bottom. There isn't an opt-in or there isn't anything for them to do, but you want to know, are they going through the material? And you would say, and spends 1 minute on page. And so you could have something like that. So obviously they can get to the bottom if they scroll really fast, but you can add some sort of complexity as you are ready for it to make sure that you're getting a useful truth. So if they got to the bottom of the page but weren't here, and you can see that, or excuse me, I'm going to say that in a different way. If they weren't getting to 30 seconds and 50% scroll, meaning doing both of them, then maybe you would know, okay, if the copy's not engaging or the images aren't engaging, they're not doing the thing that you're expecting them to do, so you know exactly where to go back and modify and edit so that you can make sure that they're getting to the end result, which is the transact step. So you're wanting them to get to the bottom of the page. Or if they do need to click to go to do something, maybe it is click to next page or next offer, next thing, the thing that you want them to do. So that could be another way. If you have a VSL or something like that, you can apply the exact same concept of, okay, did they press play? Could be another way. Did they watch halfway through for consider? And did they go to the next step? Could be your transact. And even though it's not really purchasing something, it is they are finishing their journey, they're going through, they're taking action, if you will. And so that is your basic strategy for your ACT results. And before we finish up, I just want to point out too that if you are back there in your toolbox, you do have access to another fun tool called the ACT results. It's just a little ebook that you can go through and have. If you scroll down, these things change order, so just look for your ACT results and you can go through and see the updated information. We give the different examples and you can have a tool just like this. So what was your one thing? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. We'd love to have you back and always keep up to date on all things measurement marketing. And if you want to know more about that course we mentioned in the Measurement Marketing Academy, you can find out more here and join the Measurement Marketing Academy. That particular course is actually free with that free membership. If you find that Toolbox page, and you can learn more at measure.tips/getacademy. Go through getting that free membership that you just saw that example with, and that course is actually included for you, so you don't even have to pay for anything. If you want to check out how the way we teach and some of the other tools back there, we'd love to hear from you. And that is the perfect strategy to measure results using the ACT method.